Let's go out loud. Woo, we're live. Woo! Hi, I'm Jessica.
I'm Olivia.
Thanks for being with us on our episode of Perception and Perspective. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very good. So, we've already talked about all the controversial things. Let's do it again. You want to?
Yeah.
Okay. First, I've been getting this a lot. Not to have this huge amount of subscribers, but I feel like how we were kind of talking about, we just keep on and on and on, and I feel myself even get more comfortable on camera too.
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me that you were just
I feel like I can be more flowy with the things I want to say.
Right. And how do you I see us I'm putting this out there because I want to, all the different things we're talking about.
We're gonna be famous someday,
and I feel like the rest will follow.
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's the mindset of most people though? We're just like, oh, I'm not gonna be.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna listen to me.
Well, also I feel like when you have a really big desire for something, like career-wise, and you pursue that, it's almost like if you're really doing what you love, the abundance will come with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
because you're putting that energy towards whatever it is.
It's different.
Energy.
I feel like it's different when you're working a job that doesn't make you happy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's I feel like it's harder to really have that grateful mindset because you're like, oh my God, I hate this job.
It is harder.
But then when you're doing something that you actually love and enjoy, I feel like abundance will just flow with that.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's not so much I do love what I do, but to say I like my job every single day. It's no, I'm doing something I'm supposed to do. I don't want people to be quitting their jobs and stuff. Now I'm all scared that somebody's gonna quit their job.
No,
I don't love this, but it's no, you gotta pay your bills. You're gonna like it less if you're
No,
homeless.
people are doing that anyway because Gen Z is pushing so hard being entrepreneurs, and I love that.
Yeah.
This is so random, but something that I would actually like to go ahead and speak about in the video. This is not whatever. So sorry. But okay, the other day I was talking with my dad and he said something, and it's understandable. Obviously, if you're living with your teenager and they're old enough to get their own job and support themselves, it's at some point it's I've supported you for 18 years. You can support yourself now. You need to get a job, whatever.
Right.
But he said something and he was the problem these days is Gen Z is just, really lazy and never wants to work. And I understand the lazy aspect. I understand that. But with the working and stuff, it's the only reason why we don't want to work is because we're not choosing to be brainwashed all the other generations have been. I feel like there's been a lot of my dad's generation, all that,
mm-hmm.
They've been brainwashed to be you need to work every single day, and then you get married, and then you have kids, and then that's when you reach the greatest part of life.
I think what it is, it's defining work. Do you know what I mean? Because working for someone else versus if I was working on my own property,
right.
I was feeding my own chickens. I'm working at my own shop right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of work versus I'm going in to clock in for someone else and making somebody else's stuff, and I have no investment in what's happening. Also, I'm just there to show up and get a paycheck. That kind of work is so different.
Well, also another thing is a lot of the work that we have these days, we're just working to maintain what we already have. But
instead of pursuing something grander.
Instead of pursuing something that could actually change the world. You know what I mean? I don't want to work somewhere where I'm just supplying water to people all the time. Obviously people need water, but you get the point. I would much rather do something that I feel is actually going to change the world.
I love that.
Because I've been so on this whole grind of until we all stand up and until we all unite together, it's going to be the same. History is going to repeat itself.
Yeah.
And people expect it to be different. It's not. Until we literally all stand up and actually try to fight for change, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not going to change.
I think that even the way people are going about change, a lot of times with protests and shit, it's archaic.
It's
the way that you do it. Right. Yeah. And that's exactly. And I think actually talking about it like this and us deciding to be okay, we're not going to tip tote around anymore and just only put ourselves in a box to talk about spirituality in this way, because actually we like to pay attention to current events, what's going on. And we also see a lot of links between all the different stuff that's happening. So we're just going to step in it and just rub it around. Just walk around in it. You want to?
That makes me think of like dog poop. Like that whole, ooh, now I'm just thinking of.
I'm sorry.
Just stepping in and smear it all around.
Smear it all around all the place. But I don't think, I know what you mean as far as like it not mattering about monetarily, and it's like the pandemic too. Like also propelled your generation into that mindset of like, wait a minute, you don't have to make money like our parents.
You know what's
we don't have to make money like our grandparents. There's this whole other platform now. So if you can make money on the internet talking about things that are important to you.
You know how some things happen in life that are like very depressing and devastating, but you feel like there was a reason like why it needed to happen
all the time.
I strongly feel like COVID and just being in that like solitude for so long, I feel like really helped with the whole like people waking up and actually seeing what's going on.
I think so too. There was such a difference.
And it's really weird because in a way they kind of hurt themselves by doing that, because that was not their agenda at all.
Who knows what it actually was?
Right.
Who knows we're even following it? But it's, the people that are not following the agenda get erased off here.
I'll
say that. Facts. But, yeah, that solitude.
We need like a button that like when you press it, it goes facts.
Slay the day. Slay.
What are you
talking about? Haley. She always says slay.
No.
Slay.
I hate when people say that. It's so cringy. I always say, oh God. Like just a button, oh God. Like when something resonates with you so good. Oh God.
How'd you say it earlier? Boy. Okay, anyways. Moving on. So if you came here from the short that I made earlier and you haven't seen our other episodes, we talk quite a bit. I just like switch gears.
I was just waiting for you to say feminism is cancer.
You said it. Make it a button.
No, she said it. Gets like makes it a hoodie, goes to school.
Feminism is cancer.
No, that'd be so
actually. That would be what?
I know. So
exactly. Wear it on like your last day. She's getting ready to graduate.
But I feel like once you actually like explain yourself, people won't be like, she's so insensitive. You know what I mean?
Sometimes I am.
Yeah, but I feel like if you really explain, like,
I would love to.
Because I'm also very curious.
I would love to explain why feminism.
No pressure.
I got this. I love it. I love the pressure. Feminism itself. All right. I want to know what your understanding of feminism first before I like go on the full monologue of what the fuck what feminism is, how it is failing you, why feminism is cancer. Please explain to me your understanding of feminism and what it looks like to you and what you've seen thus far under the name of feminism.
To me, feminism has always been, well, at least from what I've seen,
just your perspective.
Yeah. Well, okay. So for me, my understanding of feminism is like, women want equality to men. Like women don't want to be, what's that word? When
subservient?
No. It's like when you're like, someone's like putting you down. They're like
inequality.
No. They're like
subversion.
Like what's that one word? It's like when they are
dominant.
No, it's like at the tip of my tongue. Whatever. But anyways, when someone's like, whatever. So like for me, I just feel like women want like equality, and feminism means like that I have no idea. I really can't say anything because I've seen feminism where people are just crazy and they're like actually like they're just
like what kind of behaviors would you call as crazy? Just for people, just in case crazy people are watching.
They'd like go after men in the street and be like, all men should die, and you just like be a little too much. Also sometimes be a little like put themselves on a pedestal, which like, it's not a bad thing, but like sometimes
I am a goddess and you will worship me.
Yeah. But
buy all my food, but also I need to be equal partner.
That's the thing. The only reason why I used to actually dislike feminism is just the people that were associated with it.
Like what kind of?
Just
Tell me the type of person.
You know, just like people that wear animal ears and believe there's more than two genders. I mean, that's really the best way to put it. No shade. Just saying.
That was huge shade.
But like just people that are a little,
oh my god, this whole witch laugh.
A little people that are just a little mentally unstable. I mean, there's really no, I can't really beat around the bush at this point. I mean, if I get canceled, I get canceled. Just like, you know what I'm saying?
I do. I know exactly what you mean. And it's hard to define because it's to some people that are immersed in that, and they're like, well, of course I should look this way and act this way and go to this rally and believe this way because I've been told to. Right. And then there's people like us on the outside of like, you look crazy, and they can't see it from that perspective.
Yeah. And see, like here's the thing. It's like, I can't really say if I support feminism or not, because the thing is, like, obviously, like, the
message has been lost somewhere about women being.
I really just believe in human rights. Like, I think that everyone deserves.
Humanist, yeah.
Yeah, like, right, exactly. Like, everyone does deserve equality. Like, I do believe the main message that they're pushing behind feminism. I just don't necessarily.
It's getting lost.
I just don't support the ones that are just a little crazy. And it's actually funny because the worst thing I have ever seen from feminism is just like girls being like, oh, all men should die, whatever. But other than that, like, I haven't really seen like the full negative side of feminism. I've just seen the negative side of the people that are associated with it.
And then they also advocate for
like
abortion
and that don't resonate,
other stuff,
right? Like my
like
body, my choice.
They tie it all in as one.
Well, yeah, it's
thing
like,
when it's not.
And see, it
does not have to be.
Like the parts of feminism that I disagree with, I feel like, are especially the ones where it's like my body, my choice. Like there was this one video going around where this girl was getting an abortion and her boyfriend was like begging her not to, like he was crying and she just didn't care at all. And like this is the thing. I'm not saying it's up to the man. I'm just saying I don't support abortion in general.
Right.
It's like no matter what he says, I think that you should have the baby anyway. You know what I mean? I have my reasons. But like, I don't know. I just don't really know what to say about feminism. Now that I think about it, it's kind of confusing.
It is. Okay. So we'll start back about 100 years ago.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Oh, and 1923? Right to
Your hands are so small. If you've ever seen her hands, like they're so tiny. Like they literally like little baby hands, like in real life. It's like you're not doing anything with those hands. Like, calm down. Like, I can change the world with these hands. No, you can't. Put them
100 years ago. 100 years ago, women thought that they could take the right to vote. Okay. No, I'm not gonna.
You don't get the.
Let me take this seriously. No, first wave feminism. So we'll just say three waves
of feminism.
Yes, first wave feminism. I think it was a righteous cause at the time. They were like, women were not able to vote at the time. They weren't able to do a lot of different things. They were seen as they couldn't work and all this. Having the right to, I'm very broad, brief overview, but also Tennessee had a lot to do with the legislation that we'll get into that story more. We're doing history stuff, but the first wave feminism was basically saying, hey, just because we are anatomically different, just because we have more nurturing tendencies does not mean that we have to be relegated to second-class citizens. We should be able to do some things and have some kind of autonomy in how we're being governed. If the women were saying, I am being, I have to abide by these laws, I need to be able to vote who my lawmaker is.
No, for sure.
And a lot of the controversy was, too, so different voting laws have been in place for so many different reasons. You hear a lot about they were in place to keep Black people from voting, and there are some different laws like that. But basically, the core reasoning behind putting different stipulations on voting was to make sure that people had a stake in what was going on. So that's why a lot of the laws were you had to be a landowner, you had to be a man, and there was all kinds of stuff because they felt that they were the more responsible people to select who the representatives would be for government.
This is so random, but my take on it, though, is I feel like if the laws apply to everyone, then everyone should be able to vote.
Right.
If the laws,
so that's what the women were saying.
Right.
Yes. And so then we got the 19th Amendment, which allowed women the right to vote. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's first wave feminism. We're acknowledging that we have brains and vaginas and it's okay.
Right. And feminism is a good thing at this.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because
the right of females and males to be able to have the same intellectual capacity, all that, and make decisions for themselves as humans and be able to take care of their own individual personal liberty. Yes, that is a good thing. That is first wave feminism. Okay. Then in the 60s, the 1960s, birth control comes out, free love, hippies, all this other stuff like that.
I feel like I'm internally a hippie though, so. But no, not that way. I just when you go outside and you hug a tree and you're like, I'm not going to say I'm a tree hugger because then people will come after me. But I do hug trees a lot.
Don't come at me with tie-dye. We'll have a problem. We'll have a problem. So, no shame. I mean, you'll want to hear this part. Okay. So, this is right before AIDS. So, everybody was free love.
I forgot there was a full wave of AIDS. I forgot that was a thing. Sorry. I'm just so.
I love it. There was a full wave of AIDS. Yes. Okay, so we have the 60s, all these free love kind of thing, and there was this whole revolution, and you went from. We'll actually use movies and media and stuff like that. You ever seen Mad Men?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Women started entering into the workforce around this time.
Mm-hmm.
And it went from being women were relegated to just being secretaries and these other jobs that were low level. They were getting pitched on the ass because it was just the culture then. Okay. So second wave feminism comes in and says, that's not okay.
Right.
We shouldn't be paid differently. We should be respected in the workplace. We shouldn't be subject to sexual harassment, all these other stuff. Still not terrible, but that's also what came in with Roe v. Wade in the 60s too, of saying, okay, we're at this place where we're able to work now. We're doing all these other things. And then the right to have a child or have an abortion or whatever, that got introduced with that in the 60s. So that's what tied that in.
And that's the thing. It's it's not necessarily the things that they're wanting are wrong. It's just the things that are tying into it. It's how
sometimes, yeah.
Right.
So then we move on to what's today, third wave feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole blue hair, gauged out nose kind of thing. So
I love how I also immediately think of a person that looks like a blueberry. Every time I think of
what is that? I know what you mean. Why is that?
Right, I'm not trying to be shady. That's
or throw anybody in a box.
No, yeah, blue hair is cool.
So
but
with this third wave that we have coming out, and actually pretty much building up, just growing since the second wave feminism, and now it's just exponentially, instead of focusing on those first wave feminism, we should be able to vote and we can think and it's going to be okay. We can be equal to men, or not even. Basically, the new feminists think that women are superior to men.
Mm-hmm.
And it is throwing that balance off. Then they have been fed in this whole propaganda thing to make men and women fight each other. Because if we're all fighting each other and we're fighting against each other's gender and we're fighting against each other's beliefs and our skin colors and all that kind of stuff.
Then there's no unity.
Then we're not focusing on who's causing the fight.
Right.
Because we're fighting each other. We're so busy doing that.
That's actually such a good analogy. We focus on who we're fighting, but we don't focus on who actually started the fight. It's kind of
who is benefiting. It's actually a political science phrase. It's called key bono.
Right.
Who benefits from this fight?
It's
who's benefiting from all that, but who's benefiting in the third wave? What's happening? It's the discord between all of it and between the sexes and everything like that. We're seeing. It's crazy. It seems like so many things when we talk about abortion, when we talked about the transgender the other day, as we're talking about feminism, it's trying to rip apart the two people. And, the only conclusion of all of it is we're having less kids because of it. Right. We're not bringing in, you know what I mean? It feels like this whole, I don't want to say it's like a planned thing. There's a plot against the,
I hate when
I did like a good Alex Jones voice.
But I hate when
they're trying to take us and not have any children.
But I hate when they bring up overpopulation. Like, I could literally walk outside and fit like 1 million people, like outside.
Well, it's about resources, though. What
But,
I'm saying is, like, what's the point of keeping going on with the human species if we're not having kids to pass it on to?
Right. Yeah.
What's the point of making it better?
Right. We have our legacies.
So that is feminism. Now, why I say feminism is cancer is because do you know anything about cancer? Cancer itself.
My dad's mom had cancer.
Okay. Well, what happened? That's sad. I'm very sorry to do that.
No, but like, never mind.
Cancer is when your cells start reproducing rapidly and they're not they're out of whack. They're growing too much.
That's what cancer is?
Basically, I'm being like super simplified. It's when your cells are replicating, but they're flawed. Now, when a cell replicates and it's flawed, your body's supposed to wash it out. You've heard the term like free radicals, antioxidants.
I've heard
things
free
like that.
Radical, but that sounds more like a
free radicals can cause variations in the cells to mutate, and so they'll start growing exponentially. So, feminism. When you leave women to themselves and tell them they're completely self-sufficient and don't need a man and they try to do all this stuff themselves, they'll be spinning in a rat race, wake up when they're 40 and say, oh, I never had kids, I didn't do this, and I was told to be a strong, independent woman and nothing else. And that idea starts spreading like cancer, and it just collapses in on itself and kills the host.
And
which is society. That's why feminism is cancer.
I was watching this video. The other day, and this guy was talking about how a lot of people, because I feel like not only is it feminism, but also, I mean, men. You know what I mean? No shade.
Well, no, but it's like all of it. That's another thing.
It
started to collapse the other parts because it's so busy getting. And the thing is taking like, resources without providing.
They have these agendas to like make men out of whack and then women out of whack. And then if they're both out of whack, then, okay. So think of it this way. I was watching this video the other day, and this guy, he was on a podcast, and I love that he said this because I love his videos. Like, he's great. But basically, he was saying that, all of these independent women, so many people are coming at them, shaming at them, being like, you shouldn't be independent. Like, you need, like, obviously, yes, like, you need men, whatever, this and that. But then he was basically saying how women can't step down until men step up.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And that's why I feel like it's like, it sucks because they're trying to make men out of whack and women out of whack, because then it's like, it's almost like, okay, let's say two people are fighting. You know what I mean? And the only way for it to resolve realistically is for one person to finally just stop being so angry. Like, when there's an argument and both people are just like, let's say that you were angry for the rest of your lives. It'll never be resolved. But at some point, one of you guys have to surrender.
So, but listen, compromise.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But it's like with men and women, it's like, it's almost like we don't even know where to start of how to rebalance the feminine and masculine, because both are just so out of whack right now. I think
we're doing a good job right now.
No, yeah, like I think we're definitely on the path of like,
we're too few of us.
But it's just it's so confusing because it is, and the thing is, men don't want to step up if there's not women that they need to, take care of and provide for, because these women are already out here like, like providing for themselves and being independent. But the thing is, it's like it's like, even for myself, I can't have a man being like, let me take care of you and this and that, because I'm already taking care of myself. But the thing is, I'm scared to stop taking care of myself because I don't know if there will be a man to be there. You know what I mean? So does that make any sense?
It does. And, I think equating it with money solely has been what we had to do. Mm-hmm. But now how we're talking about, since from the beginning of this podcast, how we were talking about new ways to make money, new ways to think about money. So let's think of a society. This is my dream. Have you ever seen Star Trek? Okay. Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's great. We'll start having you watch it for homework assignments because Is
it a TV show?
It is. It's a TV show from the 90s. Okay. And it's about they're flying around in space. But the way that they got there is because on Earth they were able to have everybody's they're, oh my God, I had the word like on the tip of my tongue, do the same thing. Anyways, their needs were met on Earth. So they had a society where they were able to not worry about like food, clothing, and shelter and things like that. And they were able to better their society.
Yeah, no.
And move on to things like that.
You know, it's actually funny because when you think about it this way, it's like if we genuinely all loved and cared for each other, we would take care of each other without wanting like money. The only reason why we want money is because we need it to survive. Yeah. If we didn't need money to survive, and we genuinely learn to love people, we could have a healthy society where we do things like having clean water and all this stuff, but we do it because we love each other. It's like it's like trading. Like I think trading, honestly, like I'm being so for real. I mean, I know basically money's trading, but like other than money, I think trading was like a really good like
and see, I'm not back then. Like barters, what you mean? Like that. Yeah, because I'll give you this, you give me that. Like our own. I'm not advocating this. Like you're on the right track, yes, but I'm not advocating necessarily for that. I'm just saying like basic needs being met. If you have made enough from YouTube or from whatever other stuff that we're gonna philosophically dig our freaking little claws into, doing that kind of stuff and having that in the background, you'll be able to have a man or find a man if all that's already met, who compliments you, who can be that masculine figure, and even
with what
even if he brings money to the table or he does not, you will be able to value him for his other strong traits. He goes out and chops the wood of whatever at your house, and he's taking care of the cows or something, and you're in here doing your podcast. I don't know. I'm just saying scenarios of Olivia's future. So
why does everyone see me having a farm though? Like that's one thing.
I don't know. That popped in my head, girl. I don't even know where that came from.
Like literally, no.
I just flew out of my mouth.
I want to live at the beach so bad, but so when people are like, I feel like you're gonna have like a farmhouse.
I could just see you with lumberjack dude. Ugh, I don't know, like just strong masculine dude. Ooh.
Okay, but like, what does he look like? Who is this? Like,
let's get the cards out.
Yeah, for real.
The cards. We were just talking about Princess and the Frog. Are you ready?
Dude, I love Princess and the Frog.
It's the best. Very cool. But back to what we were saying. The money aspect of that does not always have to tie into being taken care of.
Right.
As many people say, like money does provide a lot of cool stuff. It does help you live. But either way, there's a lot of women, and not if you want to sit home and be taken care of financially by your man, I'm about that too. Have you seen like the new like trad wife? And I'm like,
what's trad wife?
It's like this tick going around.
TikTok
thing or something. I'm not on there. I just saw like the clips of it on YouTube where this woman, she gets up and does like her hair and makeup every morning, and she cooks for her husband and stuff. And
she's
like, I'm a traditional wife. I'm a trad wife. And like people are fucking.
Here's the thing.
So bad about this. They are throwing so much shade at her for that, and it's like
that sounds.
Wait a minute, nice. It's so contradictory because feminism is supposed to be like, you know,
choose whatever you
want to do, but then they get mad at people that wanted to do traditional feminine gender roles. Like, why?
Like, just because you're fighting for something.
They're jelly.
Just because you're fighting
they're like, I don't want to be in a cubicle.
Like, they're fighting for a difference because what I want doesn't resonate with them. But it's like, even though here's the thing. If what I want doesn't resonate with you and you feel the need that you need to fight for what you want, go ahead. Like, I fully support that. Like, if you really think that your like best thing would be like to be like an independent woman and never have a man.
That's fine.
I fully support. Like, I'm sorry, but like I fully support, especially with the way the world is these days. Like, I really don't blame you at all. But the thing is, it's like for me though, like, and it's like honestly, I would love to like cook. And I would love to. I mean, I already love cleaning. Like, I'm so organized. But like, I feel like I could.
She really is. Like, some people say that, but she is.
No, but like, not even just staying home all day. And like, I feel like the thing is, these days we don't live in a world where we literally have to stay home all day and cook and clean and take care of the kids. Like, I feel like I want to live in a world where I'll take care of everything. But then while you're at work, I'm probably gonna go out and like
Go to the crystal shop and kind of do our thing.
Go do a podcast.
Let's get some lunch.
Because here's the thing: is like a lot of people are like, "Well, that sounds lazy," but that's the thing. It's like you can still be productive.
Absolutely. It's just a different way.
You should still have. The only difference is I'm not going to work an office job for 8 hours. The only other
looking at money.
The only difference is I'm being productive in a way where when my husband is working, I want to be able to like do a podcast, or I want to talk about things that I feel like could open people's eyes, rather than going to work and doing something that just doesn't like fuel my soul at all.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like
building somebody else's wealth.
I feel like these days when I tell people I want to be a stay-at-home mom, sometimes I have shame because I'm like, because then I already know, like, as soon as you say that, people assume you're lazy. Like, that's so disappointing that we fought for all of these rights and you still just want to stay home. It's like, it's not even that, though. It's like, the thing is, I feel like everyone that comes to this earth has different missions. My mission is not to go work at a place for 8 hours. My mission is to open people's effing eyes, because people are not opening their eyes and it's a problem. That's the thing. Like, if people aren't open,
you're fulfilling your purpose, and part of your purpose is to work like that.
And it would be easier for me to fulfill my purpose if I were able to stay home and do things like a podcast while my husband is doing whatever he's doing. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't.
Or like, I meet so many women too with running the store here that they will like make their different craft at home, mm-hmm. or they have their different either tarot reader or psychic or just different kinds of stuff like that. And they're still working. They're still doing that. They're still taking care of their kids, working and doing something that's non-traditional.
But then people see them as lazy just because they're not working an office job. Like, that makes no sense. We're not even supposed to be doing that. Sorry. I just don't agree. I'm not even going to get into that. Because people are going to...
I worked in offices years and I didn't hate it. But it gets to a point, too, where it's like... I couldn't fight it any longer. I was like, this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. There are people out there that is what they feel... They love it, and there's women out there just want to do fine.
Like, if you wake up every morning and you're excited,
I have no
go for it.
But here's the thing: there's got to be somebody filling all these different jobs anyway. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like what's right for me, what's right for you is going to be different for everybody. And it's like if we could, y'all fought for years to not be judged in the workplace. I say y'all, women fought for years. Well, I just meant like we are women too. So women fight for years to be accepted in the office space and everything, and to be respected and not judged and just be seen as equal. And it's like, that's all I want to.
Yeah, like
that's it. It doesn't look the same. It's not the same traditional career. I have a very strange hours, but it still should be respected too, like they had asked.
Also, I feel like I should know, I'm not against women's rights at all.
Right.
Like, I literally think that women should have equality. Literally.
I don't even think we should have to say that.
But that's the thing. Like, you say things like this, and then people automatically assume, well, you just hate women. Like, I literally am. Like, how can I hate? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't hate women. I hate when people think that women are better than men and men are better than women and all this other fighting about that.
I just don't like when there's an imbalance between the masculine and feminine, and I feel like a lot of things that come with feminism are going against the natural way of feminine, which is funny because it's called feminism, but still.
I know, it makes no sense.
That's actually weird. It's called feminism, but a lot of feminists I know don't even look like women.
Oh my god, I came up with that joke.
That was so bold. Like, and we were just
no.
I'm kidding. And I'm not kidding, but
most people who call themselves feminists are terrible at being feminine.
Yeah, that's
are not very feminine at all.
It's actually funny because a lot of
you're totally right. I'm like,
a lot of the things in feminism actually fight for masculinity. So it's kind of weird. It's like feminism was made so women could just not this. Like, I'm not talking about the feminism that actually is good. I'm talking about the feminism that's a little crazy. It's funny because that kind of feminism was made so that we could become more masculine. But it's called feminism.
I need to explain myself before I get further canceled.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just realized I was like, Okay, no. What I'm saying is
further canceled.
Further cancellation.
They ain't gonna like
further
this
cancellation pending.
We should just start we should just have our intro be like, they're not gonna like this one. They're not gonna like this one. Hi, welcome back to You're Probably Not Gonna Like This Video, episode 6.
Okay. You're absolutely right. They're taking... We did kind of touch on this, and we should reiterate it again.
They're taking femininity out of feminism. Bam.
They're trying to say like, oh, I feel more called to be a man because I have this, that, and the other traits. And it's like, maybe your feminine nature can be expressed in so many different ways. You don't have to take on qualities of a man to say that you're equal to a man. I'm not equal to a man. I'm not above a man, but hold on, let me say that again.
What? You're not? Uh-huh.
I got all my words confused. I'm trying to say that we're trying to be competing when it's not supposed to be like that.
Right. You shouldn't
be. Like, whoever did that, it was just called subversion. It's the art of subversion. It's sneaking in their cracks and trying to pry everything apart.
And that's the thing, like, since femininity...
I get so off topic.
Since femininity is naturally, like, so, like, flowy and natural, it's like, I don't want to sit here and be, like, competing with other men. Like, honestly, I just want to, like, float on, like, a lily pad, like, in the river, like a frog, and be like...
Ribbit.
Yeah, like, that's all I aspire to be.
It's about that time in the podcast where we start laughing our tails off.
Now we're talking about frogs again. And then you said Princess and the Frog. What is it with frogs lately?
I don't know. We got to, like, start breaking into a comedy bit because we get giggly halfway in.
I feel like this is that bit, though.
This is the bit,
but,
man.
like, why have we been seeing so much about reptilians lately? Like, is it, like, transformation or is it...
Let me tell you about amphibians.
Okay.
Amphibians can live on water and land. They are of both worlds. And I think amphibians and frogs and turtles and stuff like that are great representations of, like, a metamorphosis, spiritual awakening.
This is such this is such a synchronicity, though, because, okay, so do you know the movie Avatar, the blue people? Have you seen The Way of the Water?
I haven't seen the new one, no.
Phenomenal. Love it.
Can't wait.
Love it. So the other day, like, I randomly got the urge out of nowhere. Like, I kind of want to watch Avatar, Way of Water, right? So I'm watching it, and in the thing, it's actually
animated.
No, it's funny because I realize, like, random urges I have, and then I'll come talk to you, like, a few days later. It's all connected. Like, I'll have a random urge to do something, and then 3 days later, you're, like, explaining, like, you just out of nowhere say something, like, oh, so that's why I did it. But, like, basically,
it's
when I like in the movie, okay, so in the movie The Way of the Water, basically they present that there's, like, two different types of avatars. So there's the Avatar blue people where they're, like, you know, the first Avatar movie you see, where they're, like, the jungle, trees, nature, right? Yeah. So they end up meeting this other type of, I guess, avatars. Yeah, this other tribe, but they're different colored.
Okay.
And they're more of like a turquoise color, but these are like the water avatars. And it's really cool because whenever the avatars that are like the jungle people, they come over, the water avatars are, like, teaching them, like, you can be both. Like, they're teaching them how to, like, transform and adapt, like how to swim longer, how to hold your breath longer, like how to breathe with the water rather than, like, you know what I mean? And that's so weird because, like, we're talking about, you know, like you said, amphibians, but then that makes me think, like, how they can live on land and water. And I randomly got the urge to watch Avatar, which is teaching them how to also live on land and in water, like how to survive on land and in water. And that's so cool. But if you actually watch it, though, like, the first Avatar was great, but this one is so much more of, like, a passionate, like, intimate movie. Like, I love it so much. Like, literally, I could go on a rant for hours, but you should watch it.
Let me blow your mind further. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So
you're an Avatar.
Oh, I just happen to be wearing, like, sun and moon. Okay.
That's cute.
So women, astrologically and all that, is traditionally represented by the moon. Think about how we have cycles.
And they're, like, the phases. That's why they call, a lot of people call their periods the moon cycle.
Yeah. Represented by water. And then
I love that.
The man would be
like the sun and fire.
And fire, yes. So the fire and water.
What about, like, air and like like earth? Are we air? Would we be like water and air, and they're like fire and earth? I feel like that makes sense.
We're gonna get, like, deep astrologically happening.
Actually, I feel like we should make, like, a video, like, talking about periods. Because
what do you want to say about it?
Well, just because we're so disconnected from, like, our moon cycle and how it actually impacts us. And I feel like literally, if you were to go to my school and say this to anyone, they'd look at you and be like, you're crazy. Like, the period's not that deep, but it literally is.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it'd be a good topic.
Let's do it now. Well, at least give us, like, with that, do you feel like more empowered by it, or like what is it at certain times, or you feel more confident at certain times or less at certain times?
Like,
or
what do you mean? Like throughout
why
my
do you
cycle?
want to what is the actual basis besides, we're not going to show how to unfold and use a pad. So what would you like to talk about as far as moon cycle?
I mean, I feel like the best way to start is what we've been taught about periods and how we've been
hate it
and how we've been taught
awful.
to feel. And you know what's so funny? We don't even realize this, but a lot of the times when things are manifested in our body, like pain or cramps, it's manifested because you're going against your natural state. Like, let's say, for example, like you're going against like your period, like, oh, I hate my period. It's so gross. I wish I didn't have it.
And you're trying to squeeze into a Spanx and you're just drinking Coke instead of like water, and you need to be wearing something flowy with and drinking water and you'd feel fine. But instead you're trying to wear stilettos and Spanx.
And it was just, I don't know. It's like this person was talking about how when you're on your period and you're just like you feel you have so much hate around it, you're gonna have more cramps, you're gonna have more pain because you effing hate your period, like, you know what I mean?
But when you laugh and have a really big pad,
no, it's good. So funny though, because like I know this sounds kind of strange just to like say out of nowhere, because I feel like people
we're sitting in a crystal shop. I mean, try me.
People will definitely be like, this girl's weird, like she's a hippie, she probably paints with her period blood. No, I don't do all that crazy stuff now. No. I'm just saying that I have a deep connection with my period that I feel like a lot of girls don't. I understand that it's a beautiful, sacred thing that should be seen as beautiful and sacred and shouldn't be seen as something that we should be ashamed of. You know what I mean? It's like, Sounds
very feminist of you. I'm not sure. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
That's actually funny because I was about to be like, am I a feminist?
First of all, they perverted the word, but it is sort of the feminist concept of divine feminine of like, yeah, it's not something to be hated. This is something that happens in order for us to give the gift of life.
That is so true though, what you said about the Coke and stilettos. Like, as soon as I eat something unhealthy or I drink something unhealthy while on my period, it's like a person screaming at me, no, stop. Like, literally,
eat some broccoli and get you
drink some water, get a heating pad, wear flowy, comfortable, like, don't worry. Like, this is the thing.
Put on like some tennis shoes.
It's really funny because it almost feels like my period is like an accessory. Like, you know when you go to school and you're like, I should put on my earrings so I can feel pretty.
Is that on the back of my pants? That's a style I'm rocking.
It's almost like I feel like when I am on my period, I feel so feminine that I don't feel like I need anything else to enhance my femininity.
Like a tampon.
Because I'm literally okay. People have these people at my school. I can't remember who it was, but they were like wearing, and like, this is fine. No. Oh my gosh, it's actually this girl that I don't like. But anyways. So she was like putting tampons on her backpack as like a statement, which I don't really. I mean, it's.
My joke was literally like, oh my god! I thought it was and I thought that was such a great joke because nobody would actually do it. You mean this? What?
No, like people like wear No, there was this person. This is like totally off topic, but they like got baby dolls and stuck them on the front of their car and like thought it was like a fashion statement. Okay, this is random, but can we please stop like glamorizing things that shouldn't be glamorized? Like, stop like when people when people will dress in the ugliest outfits and be like, that's so aesthetic. It's not. You look awful. Sorry, this is getting really mean. Like, I'm not being serious. Like, I'm really just kidding. Like,
what kind of outfits are awful?
Just like wearing, like, okay, like people will go so far. Like, let's say you get a new pair of high heels. They'll get like tampons and like wrap them around the heels and be like, I'm a woman. This is a statement. Or like wear like a dress made of tampons to like prove that like you shouldn't be ashamed about your period. It's more of like, I mean,
I go to a really weird school if this is.
No, like I mean, yeah.
People go extra with it and like they're painting with it, like you were saying.
I mean, people wear like baby fetuses like as earrings now. Like, you'll see that.
No, what? Nuh-uh.
I'm being so serious. No, like you'll go to school, you'll see people wearing like baby earrings of like a little baby fetus.
For what?
Just for fun, for funsies.
What does it represent? Like literally abortion? Like represents
I don't really know. They just wear babies.
Oh.
Like I don't know. It's just like out of nowhere there was this whole aesthetic of like plastic baby dolls. Like slap them on the front of your car, put them in your ears.
When did this start? I've never seen this.
And then people started buying off Amazon like the little packs of like 100 little babies and then spreading them around the school.
Is this like just a your school thing?
No, I mean it's like a my generation thing. Who's gonna tell
we had like Pogs, man.
Like someone
baby dolls?
Someone was gonna tell you.
How did we go from tampons hanging off a backpack to this? We used to do this thing during homecoming. I'm gonna side quest now. This is actually off topic, kind of.
I feel like we should have little parts of our video where we just go on these
side
really
quest.
We need to like call it something.
Whatever. Something. It's called whatever. At my school during homecoming or something like that. I don't know, wherever it was. You know, like you have your rival school that you
rival with.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's like 3 schools in your county. Whatever. I grew up in an actual city, a place. So our rival school, when we would play them in football, we were they would like make fun of us for being like not country kids. It's a long story. We would wear overalls like and they were like kids? Like the fancy kids too. They were the fancy kids and we were like not the fancy
you
kids.
Were like the yee
so we would wear overalls and then to represent like their tea drinkers or something, like little tea bags hanging on them. Seriously? It was lame.
Dude, we just do this thing where we say daddy's so money. Lame. We like make a sign because like when we go against like the rich schools. When we go against the rich schools, we're I love how you know. No, I know. That's more like the ghetto, but like with the rich kids, like we'll make signs that say daddy's money, like saying like you can only do things because daddy's money. But it's like really great. Like I honestly love like our like it's really funny though because like our principal will have to tell us to like pipe it down because we be literally our school and all the other schools will be making like edits. Like there will be a video. There was this video of like 2 guys in our grade, and they were being like I think like fruity. They kissed as like I don't even remember what happened, but there was like this funny video of like 2 guys from our school, and then the other school like made it into like an actual edit and like posted on their story and was like, "Can't wait to win at the game tonight," and they didn't win, but still, like we just do these like little tiny like things, like we'll make edits of someone's video. Yeah, like we'll like it's and it's not even scandalous. I know, but like this
kissing is not fucking controversial. No, I guess I'm just gonna cuss. Like we might as well forget about monetization on any of this.
Is that actually like on YouTube? I don't know. Do they actually demonetize you if you like? Because I see people.
I think you got to get monetized first to get demonetized, but later on this will be monetized.
So I mean, like we have 10 subscribers, we'll be fine. But then, like, maybe in the future.
I know, but I want to be able to show people this without cussing, and I can't stop. I'm sorry. It's just one of those days. It's just fucking raining or something. You
just did it again.
I know. It was on purpose that time. I'm just throwing in the towel at this point. Just like that other school did. Because they're so lame, they had to come up with a video because their team sucked.
I always cry when it rains.
Really?
Like, I noticed that whatever the weather, it's not even, like, being sad. It's just that, like, I've realized, like, I've been more connected to the weather lately. Mm-hmm. And, okay, this is so random, but I've noticed that when you do become more connected to everything, you literally become connected to everything. Like, if the weather is having issues, you're going to have issues. If the weather's having a good day, you're going to have a good day. If the weather's raining, you're going to be crying. You know what I mean? Like, not literally.
It's called Kundalini energy. It's the energy that flows through all of us.
It's just so cool how everything's like interconnected.
It is cool how everything's interconnected. And how do we even find each other? We're sitting here and
right, like literally, like
was I ever your substitute teacher when I was substituting up there? Do you ever remember
elementary school?
Not elementary school, high school. I substituted like a year or 2 ago.
What?
You didn't know that? That's how I got all those like.
These are high school drawings.
Well, no, girl, I substitute on every grade.
Wait, hold up. Okay,
I meant like
what?
You didn't know I was a substitute for every grade? You thought it was just the kids?
No, I didn't.
I went to your high school most.
Oh my gosh.
You don't remember?
No, okay, but like, do you remember the classes?
Though? Oh, yeah. We'll talk off camera so I don't like expose nobody. You just now knew this? We've been friends for how long?
No, but like you were at my high school and I never.
Yeah.
What?
Like a lot. I actually got okay, this is fun. So
Wait.
I make sure. No, this is actually good stories. I've got stories about substituting for high school and all the grades.
Like
holy moly,
like interesting ones or just lame.
So
ones?
When I substituted for the agriculture class when they went to the FFA trip last year.
Oh my god.
4 days, and those kids terrorized me. And one of them came and brought a chicken in the classroom and held it upside down with its feet. And I'm like, what is happening? Like all kinds of stuff.
That's
and then,
so mean.
Then I substituted 4 days for the auto shop. You know this kid?
Oh, the auto shop.
I mean, and then they said, well, you can't take them down there. And like, I was like, I know how to do mechanic stuff. I was in the military, used to be an aircraft mechanic. I'm like, I got this. I used to teach people how to do this. Those kids were like so bad. And they made me take them to the library. Like we couldn't go down in there just because of different safety regulations and all that. So we're in the library, and the teacher, he's a veteran too, but he's like a little bit, he was like, I was Iraq War. He was the next one, a little bit younger than me. And he's like, oh, you got it. And here's the materials. So he wanted me to teach them all the book work when he had them in the shop all year. So he hadn't even done any of like the book work portion of the auto stuff. So I had to get them in the library. And then by the end of it, what is that dang movie? Is that Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, it was like, it was amazing because I had to like almost headlock one of them, and I was like, sit down, we're doing it. But also I was like it was amazing. Can you imagine me? I was like wrangling all these, and I'm like 5'3", and they're all like so much taller than me. But I'm like, sit down, we're gonna learn about OSHA today because that's what's happening. And then I had them doing it, and I'm like, at least put your name on the paper. Can you name do
No, but that's so
just in my teacher mode thing. It was fun. It was awesome.
I remember this like crazy crystal lady being there. Like,
oh yeah, it was me.
No, but that's the thing. It's like I can't even remember what she looks like, but I remember there was this one sub, and I was like, "Oh, she's." And it's actually funny though.
It may not have been me. I don't know.
My first thought though was like, "Oh, she's definitely a liberal."
See, I get that.
Like as soon as I saw, like, I don't know if it was you, but I could tell like they were on the spiritual side, and I was like, "No, yeah."
But it was you did. Where did you
know? I just don't remember your face at all.
Also, I had my glasses whenever I went, and I put my hair up, and I just looked like totally different.
I just don't.
I'm one of those people. I look totally different with glasses and a ponytail. I'm literally like I can like hide like in the 90s movies. Like I just look like a different person.
Oh my gosh! Wait, that sounds so fun.
It is.
Wearing a
ponytail? Wearing a ponytail.
No, because
let's be girly.
No, because you're so cringy. But like sometimes, like every time I put my hair up, people are like, your face looks so good when your hair is like up.
That's how they say it. No. Your hair looks so good. No, but then I also substituted for mechatronics class. That was fun. She was awesome.
You're substituting all the classes that I was never in, so that's probably why.
But also did English and history. I did Spanish class too. Hablo español muy bueno.
I just don't
remember. I don't know. Probably didn't. I don't think I had a gym class.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably not.
But either way, I learned a lot. And that's why, like, the kids that... See, you come in, like, at the end of when I'm closing up the store. But a lot of the kids that do come in, they know me from when I taught at the
Really?
School. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to finally...
You're just, like, in your own world.
I'm just waiting.
You just don't even pay attention to what's happening around you. You're just like, Jessica, you're cool. Let's do a podcast.
I'm just waiting to finally see some kids from my school walk in here and me be like, oh my gosh, that's the person I don't like from school. I'm just kidding. No, I really don't like dislike anyone from school, but like I'm just waiting for like those people to walk in. Like,
don't say this name on camera and stuff or any of that, but like, do you know her?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, yeah. Like, that was, like, my latest subscriber. Like, I know all these people. You didn't even know?
You
thought that you were the only person that knew someone as cool as me in this town?
No, I used to have a crush on her. So that's crazy. Sorry.
We're about
back to when I was gay. Anyways.
Hey, guess what? They're going to do a Halloween festival here. They're going to do a Halloween festival in this town. No, not like here, by the courthouse and stuff. Real? I forgot to tell you. I was trying to show you and tell you on camera, so you'd be like, "Oh my god,
are we gonna be witches or like what's going on?" Yeah. She said, "Yeah, something like that."
Just trying to make it.
I kind of want to dress up as like a big pumpkin, like those fat suits. Not that I need one, but like
bibbidi bobbidi boo. Let's wrap this shit up.
What?
Pumpkin.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Got a pumpkin for you.
Sing me a song.
Song.
Oh,
I don't know any of those songs.
I'm trying to wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
You have any final thoughts?
I don't know how to wrap things up. Like
no, I mean like into the podcast.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when I make burritos,
let me rep it out. This is how we out.
No, but I'm saying
we're getting out.
But I'm saying like whenever like
tell me what it's all about.
When people wrap burritos, they do it so easily. But I've always been so bad at it. Like that's what I think about. Like I
said
can't.
That's a rep. She said, burritos. I like that.
That was a rhyme.
I know. It's like I can do that.
Okay, stop.
You try.
It's almost like you're a rapper.
Oh my god.
Okay. I feel like we need to rhyme something with like feminism is cancer.
Okay. Oh, feminism is cancer. We could totally route cancer. Rhymes with cancer. Dancer, prancers. Feminism is cancer. She said, I'm a man, sir. I'm not a man, sir. I just look like this.
All right. Okay.
You got it?
Yes. Now that we've triggered all the blueberry people, let's leave.
No, we can't go all the... That's not it. Oh my god. That's like the new insult for people. It's just... So this blueberry came in the other day in the store. I would never talk about people like that. Oh my god, no. On the store. Oh, dude.
Ow.
I love people come in the store and they're just buying their stuff. Because like you said, oh my god, they're probably liberal. No. I want to say this though. The reason I think I can deliver this message and shit. What was that? Just a notification. Don't worry. Don't panic. No, because we just hang out and talk and stuff, and then all the other stuff is secondary. And then when I actually explain myself, and this was requested by so many blueberries, of like, why do you think this? You know? They're like, Jessica, you're so cool. We love hanging out with you. Why would you say these conservative kind of views? And I'm like, go watch my podcast. Blueberry. No, I'm just kidding.
I kind of want to start. Never mind.
We're not. No. Don't be such a blueberry.
I
Okay.
Get a hat that says like, don't be such a blueberry. Like blueberry is cancer.
No.
What is happening?
Feminism is cancer. I am not a man,
blueberry.
sir. I just dressed like. Oh, you messed my rhyme up. I'm trying to write the rhyme, girl. We're going to do a short with the rhyme.
Okay.
Olivia, you are so funny. You should be a comedian.
Why does it? Wait, are you like making fun of me right now?
From last podcast, I was like.
No, I literally told her, I was like, my whole life, like, people have told me to be a comedian. And then she's like, oh, no, they didn't.
Literally no one has ever said that.
No one's ever said that.
That was the funniest thing you've heard all day. Me ripping on you. I love your little snorts. Hi, I'm Olivia.
Have you seen Olivia the Pig?
Hi, I'm Olivia.
No,
what?
Have you ever seen Olivia the Pig, like the show?
No, I've seen a Peppa.
A Peppa?
Yeah. Peppa Pig. You haven't seen Peppa Pig?
No, I have.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's Olivia the Pig, though? You just made that up.
I was going to make a your mom joke, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
Because you said who's Peppa the Pig, I was going to say, like, your mom. Never mind.
Who's Olivia the Pig? What are you talking about?
That's a TV show.
What about it?
Well, just like that remind kids like Olivia and pigs snort. Yeah.
Oh. There's not anything lame like that about Jessica, is it?
No.
Oh, man. Cool. That's fine. Peppa Pig.
Pikachu.
No,
right,
okay,
we're
editing. Nope. No more. How'd you do that so good?
Thank you. I know I have all kinds of weird. Yeah?
Pika.
Does that creep you out?
Pikachu.
Ew, it does.
I can do all kinds.
You
I
sound
just
like
did an
a
Alex Jones impersonation. Amazing. You think that's all my talent and it just ends there?
I wonder what's the...
What is the one? Give me something else. Another character.
Ooh, Aggie.
What? What was that? That's all you.
What is that one thing that's like...
It's like my cartoon wise girl.
What's that one saying that Scooby-Doo has? It's like,
Ruh-roh.
Scoobs.
So, Shaggy. Now we got 1 subscriber. We got to make this count.
Pika, Pika.
No.
I don't know. I can do weird voices though.
I don't think I can do any like crazy.
You could try
I can just do like a really good British accent.
Can you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very positive.
I don't know if that's true because I've heard you.
It's actually funny
Why is
because this one guy, whenever he heard me speak British, he was like, "For some reason, I'm more attracted to you right now than I was like 5 minutes ago."
It's true. You're very
Thank you.
seductive sounding. Your whole tone gets a little bit. I sound very bad. Doing
I've
that.
actually noticed that whenever I speak British, I feel like my voice kind of like sounds more like.
We're fun. I love your faces, your Elvis faces.
Elvis?
Whatever that is. Okay.
People always go like.
So to wrap this up, we've talked about manifestation, fame, our subscribers, making waves, making controversy, feminism is cancer, and
Pikachu.
No, stop doing that. That's
Scared
so
you?
scary.
Okay, good.
Peppa Pig.
We've been an hour. I love you guys. You want to do it again tomorrow?
My name's Pepper. This is my brother George.
My name's Peppa, and this is my brother George.
I want to do my name. Wait, no. It's like my name's Pepper. This is my brother George.
I love you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Sleep
Bye.
tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Pikachu.
No. Why do you keep?
It's like, Ann.
How are you so